Going on, guys? We have this question right here is asking find the inverse matrix of A and use the inverse of A to solve the following system of equations. So first of all, let's see how we can find the inverse of this matrix. The best method is using the Gauss-Jordan method to find the inverse. So how it's going to be done is I'll show you how it is going to be. So first of all, uh, let's copy down the matrix. It's going to be 1 2 3 2 4 5 3 5 6. So so to find the inverse, so what we have to do is first of all we write the Gauss-Jordan pattern in the opposite side. So only 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1. So now what I have to do is I have to bring this pattern to this side. So when I bring this pattern to this side, what happened to this side? So whatever the value I get right here, it's going to be my inverse, A inverse. So let's see how we can do this. So first of all, we have 1 2 3 right here. So to make the second one 0, I can multiply the first equation by -2 and add it to the second one. So if I add it, I will be getting 1 2 3, and it's going to be 1 0 0. And if I multiply the first equation by -2 and add it to the second equation, it's going to be -2r1 plus r2, which is going to be 0 here, and -2r1 is going to be -4 plus 4 is going to be 0. Then we have -2 times 3 is going to be -6, -6 plus 5 is going to be -1. Then this is going to be um, -2 plus 0 is going to be -2. Then 0 0 plus 1 is going to be 1. Then 0 is going to be 0. Then if you see this, we have this one right here. Then the third one, I copy is at as it is. Then 3 5 6 0 0 1. If you see see second row, it's like it's almost similar to the third one, right? So what I can do is I can simply flip this one to the third one. So I will it will be less work for me to solve this one. So let's see, let's do that. So it's going to be 1 2 3 1 0 0 3 5 6, then 0 0 1. Then I flip the second one into the third one, so it's going to be 0 0 minus 1 minus 2 1 0 right here. So the next step I can do is I can multiply the first equation by -3 and add it to the second equation to make this one equal to 0. So if I do that, let's see what happens. So 1 2 3 and 1 0 0. If I multiply the first equation by -3, it's going to be -3r1 plus r2, which is going to give me 0 right here. Then multiply those -6, -6 plus 5 is going to be -1. Then we have -6, no, -9 is equal to -3, right? Minus -9 plus 6 is going to be -3. -3. Then if I multiply this one by -3, so -3 plus 0 is going to be -3. Then it's going to be 0. Then it's going to be just 1, 0 1. So this is my second row, and the third row is going to be 0 0. And to make this one positive, I can simply multiply the third equation by -1, so it will become positive. So let's do that. So this is going to become 1 2 -1 0. Then we have so we are almost reaching this one. So now what I have to do is I have to, so since we are bringing this pattern, right, 1 0 0, then 0 1 0, so I had to make this one 0. To make this one 0, what I can do is I can simply multiply the second equation by 2 and add it with the first equation. So if I do that, let's see what happens. So it's going to be so I'm multiplying the second equation by 2, so it's going to be 2r2 plus r1. So it's going to be 1 0. Then 2 is going to be -6. -6 plus 3, -6 plus 3 is going to be -3. -3. Then this is going to be -6. -6 plus 5 is going to be -5. -6 plus 1 is going to be -5. Then 0 0 0. Then this one is going to be 2. 2 plus 0 is going to be 2. So this is the answer. This is the first row I am getting. Then the second row, it's going to be same as this. So also what I can do is I can simply multiply this one by negative to get rid of this negative sign. We don't want this because we want to keep this in positive, right? So we can simply multiply this one by negative. So I will get 0, 1, 3, and this is going to be 3, 0, minus 1. And the third one is going to be 0, 0, 1, 2, minus 1, 0. Now I have brought the second equation, second column into that pattern. Now let's move to the third column. So let's see what we can do. So I have to bring this one equal to 0. So to do that, what I can do is I can simply multiply the third equation by 3 and add it to the first equation. So if I do it, let's see what happens. So it's going to be 1. I'm multiplying the third equation by 3, right? So it's going to be 3 r3 plus r1. So which is going to be 1, 0, 0, and the third equation is this is going to be 3 times 6 plus minus 5 is going to be 6 plus minus 5 is going to be 1, and then this is going to be 3 times negative 3 plus 0 is going to be negative 3, and 3 times 0 is 0, 0 plus 2 is going to be 2. Then the second equation I keep it as it is. It's going to be 0, 1, 3, 3, 0, minus 1. The third one is going to be 0, 0, 1, 2, minus 1, 0. We are almost there. So we have one more step to do. We have to make this one equal to 0. So to do that one, I simply multiply the third equation by negative 3 and add it to the second equation. So let's see what will happen if we do that. So I copy this, copy the first equation as it is. It's not gonna change, and it's gonna be 1 minus 3, 2, and the second equation is going to be that's what I'm going to change. So in this case what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply the third equation by negative 3 and add it to the second equation. So it's going to be negative 3 r3 plus r2, so which is going to give me 0, 1, 0, and the other side is going to be, when I multiply this one by negative 3, but I will get negative 6. Negative 6 plus 3 is going to be negative 3, and negative 3 times minus 1 is going to be positive 3. Positive 3 plus 0 is going to be positive 3. Then negative 3 times 0 is going to be 0. 0 plus minus 1 is going to be minus 1. And that's the second row. And the third row is going to be 0, 0, 1, 2 minus 1, 0. And this is the final answer. This is the A inverse. So we solved this question. So A inverse is equal to 1 minus 3, 2 minus 3, 3 minus 1, 2 minus 1, 0. So this is the answer for the first question. So we are done with the first question. The second question is asking, use the inverse of the A to solve the following system of equations. So first of all, before we do this question, we have to know one thing. First of all, we know that Ax is equal to B, right? That's the general formula to matrix form. So what we have to do is we have to now find the question is asking to find the x, right? Solve the following system of equations. So question is asking x. Since they are asking for x, what I had to do is I had to rearrange this formula. So in order to rearrange this, we have inverse. So I had to find a formula that is in terms of inverse. So to do that one, what I can do is I can multiply this one by inverse to get rid of this a. So if we multiply, it is going to be a inverse a x, and so we have to be very careful, because if we multiply a inverse by from the left side, we have to do the same thing in the other side. We have to multiply this b also from the left side, because it's not commutative, right? So we have to be careful about that. If you do other way, it's going to be a completely different answer. So we have to be very careful about the location we are putting the a inverse. So when we multiply this one from the right, I'm going to do the same thing here. So it's going to be a inverse b from the left side. So what happens is, when I multiply here, is the a inverse and a cancels each other. So therefore the equation is going to be x equal to a inverse b. So now what I can do is I can simply multiply the a inverse and b to find the x value. So to find the uh, find to solve this system. What I can do is A inverse we have already here. It's gonna be 1 minus 3 2 minus 3 3 minus 1 2 minus 1 0, and this is our B. B is gonna be equal to 4 minus 1 2. So 4 minus 1 2, I copy this here, so we are going to multiply. So 4 minus 1 2. So this is 3 by 3 matrix, and this is 3 by 1. So my final answer is going to be 3 by 1. So let's see what else. So it's row by column, row by column. So first row, first column. So 1 times 4 4 4 plus minus 3 times minus 1 is going to be 3. 2 times 2 4, and this is my first one. Then second row, first column is going to be minus 3. What is this? Minus 3 times 4 minus 12, minus 12, and 3 times minus 1 minus 3, minus 1 times 2 minus 2, and the third one we have 2 times 4 8, minus 1 times 1 1 plus 1, and then 0 times 2 is going to be 0. Therefore my final answer is 4 3 is 7, 7 plus 4 11, then 12 minus 3 minus 15 minus 17, then 8 plus 1 9. So this is my x value. So we have solved this question. So the use inverse to solve the following system of equations. So this is going to be my actually x y z. So we can write it as 11 minus 17 9, and you can write it as this, or if you write it as x is equal to 11 minus 17 9, both of them are correct way. I hope you guys, and that's my final answer, and this is the question asking about, right? So we solved everything, and I hope you guys like this video. See you next time.